Crazy Geezer is back with another episode of the Crazy Geezer podcast. And if you watched the episode last week, I had Adam Shub from Rex Viper, the bass player, for an interview. If you've seen that, then you know who this guy is, Mr. James Ronald, who's the lead guitar player from Rex Viper. Jeez, I'm getting lucky here, dude. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, two out of 7. I think there's 7 people.
I thought it was 6, but you tell me.
6. Hold on. Yeah, exactly. Because Justin is not there anymore. He's moved on to other things. So I guess that would be 6.
Retroware.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's making the video games.
He's making the video games, and I saw him. Side note: I saw him at Monster Mania a few weeks ago. He just happened to walk by while I was waiting for Michael Biehn, who played Corporal Hicks in Aliens.
Oh, awesome! Yeah,
I was the first in line waiting for Michael Biehn to show up, and then Justice is walking by. I'm like, dude, is there ever get a photo? And he's like, sure.
Yeah.
Took the photo, and then I asked him to be on the show, and he agreed.
Awesome. Was he there in a official capacity, or was he just like hanging out?
Oh, he was there in official capacity for the. He was at the trauma table.
Oh yes, that would make sense. Yeah.
I stopped there too, but I stopped at the table, but Justin wasn't there. I wasn't sure what was going on.
Was who's his face there? Bowtie Man. I always forget his name until I see him.
Daniel.
Trauma guy. What?
Daniel.
Maybe. No, the guy who like started Trauma, like the.
Oh, Lloyd Kaufman.
Yeah, Lloyd. That's it, Lloyd Kaufman.
No, he wasn't there.
Oh, he wasn't there. Okay.
I didn't expect him to.
Yeah.
If it were, it'd be too easy.
He's a very busy man.
Without question. I mean, he's still cranking out movies.
Yeah. No, true.
Oh, that's wild, dude. So, you're here. So, how's life treating you?
Life's been treating me pretty good. I had a really hectic summer with like working and stuff. I work in music for like video games and podcasts and YouTube and stuff. So there was a lot of crunch going on. So it was a lot of sitting there hitting my keyboard with both my hands and my head, just being like, "Oh, come on."
So
give me one more day.
So you make music for video games?
I do indeed.
Wow, where did that start? That's now I want to know.
Yeah, so let's see. Just trying to think about what part of my musical journey I should start this from. Let's start it from the YouTube stuff. So I have this channel called Epic Game Music.
I've heard of it.
Where I do covers of video game music, and I make like music videos. And there's like I've done 500 like videos for that. That's crazy. But yeah, it's like 13 years old, so that makes sense.
What's it called? Epic Music?
Epic Game Music.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, it should be a big red circle that says Epic Game Music, possibly. The channel.
And you are subscribed.
Yeah. There we go. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, you're welcome.
So yeah, I used to do that each week. And, I really got to know video game developers, do that because I used to go to conventions.
Ooh.
And some of them would say, hey, why don't you cover this game's music or, whatnot. And I got to, know some of the composers. They'd be like, oh, that was a cool cover of my stuff. So that sort of got me into the door. Then after that, I'm like, I can do this. I'm going to try my hardest. And it was just a matter of like hanging out and like making demos and just practicing. And like one really cool trick I would do is I would take a game, like let's just say Super Metroid or something like that, and write my own soundtrack to it. Mm-hmm. just for practicing. So there's like a proof of concept,
Well, I'm looking through, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just looking through your channel just to see what kind of content you offer. I'm just breezing through real quick. You bought a Switch too.
Yes.
Is it safe?
I would say I'm having a good time so far with it. What do you mean by safe though?
You know what I'm talking about, James. Come on.
Which part? The Joy-Con drift or the
No. I'm talking about the end user license agreement.
Oh yes. Am I? Wait, that's the one where they can brick your system.
Yes.
Is that the main concern? Yeah, that's.
Yes.
I'm not big on that concept. I have to be real about that. Um, yeah, like what's the purpose of that? Just to like stop modding, to like, I don't know. Like that has to be the main one, right?
No, I think it's
No, what's
piracy.
Oh yeah, piracy. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's sort of like hand in hand. You know what I mean? Like,
It's not just
uh,
Nintendo. Everyone's affected, or
yeah,
affected. Yes.
yeah, fair enough. Well, yeah, there's a long history of this in video games, anti-piracy and stuff
Yes.
like that. There's like DRM and game platforms you thought that were safe, like itch, now are like taking some games down and just taking it out of your library and stuff like that. So
Uh,
no one's really safe from it.
yeah. You know what? I mean, I buy my games just like you do, so we neither of us have anything to worry about.
Exactly. No, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
But I'm just worried about like for the wrong reasons with the Switch 2. Like there were rumors, quote unquote, like you would put uh your Switch gate one games into the two, but then it gets
Hmm.
bricked if it's considered to be a used game, which doesn't make sense to me because all my games are brand new.
Yeah, that would be incredibly soft of them. Yeah, I guess if they're linked to another Nintendo account by someone else, if you got them used or something like that, if that data gets transferred to it, or if like let's just say you bought like some sort of unofficial cart, right, off some small developer, because that happens. Some people make their own, and
Emu.
yeah, and like maybe that could brick it, I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Well,
So yeah, that is a major concern. But I'm in it to mostly play Nintendo's first party games. You know.
you're going to have to let me know down the road, not anytime soon, but if you
Yeah.
choose to get Cyberpunk for the Switch 2, please let me know what you think.
I was thinking about that actually, because I was like, why Cyberpunk? Why would I want to get that when I could play it on my computer or something like that? But like it was optimized specifically for the Switch 2, and apparently it runs insanely well,
Well,
which I have trouble believing.
I only mention that because if anyone who's watching this knows, maybe you too, James, that was a Mortal Kombat 1 remake, as I call Mortal Kombat 12,
Yeah.
and Arkham Knight from the Arkham Knight trilogy, unplayable on the Switch. So it's like, how are you going to get Cyberpunk to work on the Switch 2 if you can't get Mortal Kombat 1 or Arkham Knight to work on the Switch 1?
Yeah, exactly. Especially, Mortal Kombat, because like compared to what's going on in Cyberpunk, there's a lot more going on in Cyberpunk. There's a lot more heavy lifting that has to be
Yes,
done. You know what
yes.
I mean? But apparently it's optimized. Like I guess if they develop it with the port with the intent for it to run on that as like a main thought instead of like an afterthought, maybe
Sure.
that makes a world of difference.
Like I said, if you don't mind terribly, let me know, please. Just I mean, you're now having me reconsider my decision to get a Switch too, so it's your fault now.
All right, there we go. Donkey
But
Kong Bonanza is awesome.
I
That's
heard, as well as Mario Kart, and I'm sure
yeah.
we're gonna get a Mario game and
That's
another Zelda, but we'll get into that.
yeah.
Didn't mean to sidetrack. Let's go back to your origins of your origin story about how you got into video game music.
Yeah, so I got into like sort of got my foot in the door, and I got to know people, and I was doing all these demos and stuff. And I think the first like really big official one that wasn't like a game jam game or something was the Takeover, which you can get on Switch 1. Uh and it was do you know Matt McMuscles
I've heard of them.
from he used to be on Super Best Friends? Um
I've heard of them, but we could talk about that after the episode. Offline. You can educate me.
Okay. He was so basically he's a YouTuber, and he was moving into producing games.
Ooh.
And so the takeover is sort of like a Streets of Rage type of like beat 'em up type of thing.
Did you
And
say beat
he
'em
would
up?
yeah,
That's my favorite genre.
there you go. Well, you would love the takeover. So he's like, I'm putting together a team. Would you like to write some of the music? So he wanted to get a bunch of people. So, each of the levels have their different, feels to them and
Oh,
stuff.
sure.
Yuzo Koshiro was one of the composers, and Little V Mills, and I think the other one is Richie Branson.
Never heard of Richie. Could you rename the first composer you mentioned?
Yuzo Koshiro.
Why does he sound so familiar?
Streets of Rage.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
ActRaiser as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
ActRaiser, is that Genesis, Nintendo, or both?
That is Super Nintendo. I don't think
That you
there
are
was
correct.
a Genesis port.
You are correct.
Excellent.
Anyways, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Anyways, so like with a legend like that, like of course I was gonna say yes. Anyways, but with a legend like that, that's just like extra reason to do it, and so that's what really pushed me off. Because then I had like, a big thing on my resume, you know. And so you said you like fighting type of stuff. One of the things I'm working on right now is a game called Burning Souls, which is a fighter. It's sort of like a Marvel versus Capcom type thing. But yeah, so it's yet to come out. It's probably years off, but well, I'm the sole composer on that one.
Well, not to correct you. I'm terrible at fighting games. Like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter. I'm more in the beat 'em ups where you can just mash buttons.
That's fair. Yes, that is me as well. In fact, when I do music for fighting games, I have to watch people and see how they, like the people who can actually play fighting games, and see how they pace it out and try and figure out what the give and take is, where to hit major moments and stuff like that. Yeah, I have to watch other people as opposed to playing it myself, where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing,
Well, I mean, was it Ed Boon, co-creator of Mortal Kombat, was giving away free advice, long after the fact about like, oh yeah, if you're fighting Shao Kahn in MK2, if you duck down while he's charging you, that's a free uppercut.
Oh, well, there you go.
And who doesn't love Ed Boon? I mean, Noob Saibot.
Yeah, exactly.
And we got a new Mortal Kombat collection coming out soon.
Yeah, that's insane. Someone was telling me about that. It's like pretty much all like the sub editions of like everything. Like how many games are in total on that?
I lost count after 4.
Yeah. Why would you want that? I don't know.
But I know the reason. To have it. That's why.
Yeah, exactly. which Mortal Kombat shall I play today?
Exactly. It's more like spin the bottle or Russian roulette.
Yeah. Maybe they'll have the Switch 1 edition of 12.
That's not included.
Yeah, that would be
nice try though.
Good,
that would have been nice. No, I got MK1, or I call it 12 on PS5. I got it for $35 new.
Nice.
Anyways, back to your music. Unless you want to talk about anything else.
Well, I'm always up for talking about music. So yeah, that's so yeah, aside from video games, I knew a bunch of YouTubers from doing YouTube, and I'd hang out with them at conventions. Then I'd be like, hey, do you need music, for your channel? And I got to know James, and I didn't ask him, he asked me.
Which James?
If I wanted to, Rolf. James.
Because
Rolf.
There's 3 of them. There's you, there's Rolf, there's Harding.
Yeah.
Adam educated me early on.
Yeah, so I'm Ronald, and then there's
right,
Rolf.
Exactly.
Yeah, I should call him Rolf. Yeah, because that makes sense.
Just to avoid confusion, it's all good.
Yeah. Well, that's how we do it. When someone says James and we're walking somewhere, we all turn around and we're like, yes, like at the same time.
So. See, what I'm trying to do is to avoid confusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways, about Rolf.
Yeah. So I met Rolf, and we got to know each other a little bit at conventions, like drinking and hanging out and stuff like that, talking about music. And then after a while, he was watching my channel and stuff, and then he asked me to do some music for the AVGN episodes.
Which ones?
I was like, let's see here. Power Rangers. I did the intro to that with my friend Julian Spillane.
That was a fun episode, by the way.
Yeah, there was There was a bunch in Fear and Loathing. That one.
Ooh, you know what? It's Rolf's fault that I watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas recently for the first time in so long,
Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
completely forgot the line of "clean your shorts like a big boy with a megaphone."
Yeah.
That was the only thing missing from that episode was "clean your shorts."
Hunter S. Thompson was a madman. Like,
He was, but he knew what he was doing. He was there was a method to his madness.
oh, definitely, yeah. Like, it's weird to reconcile how nuts he was with how like just intelligent and like brilliant he was. If you read his books, like it's just a window into his brain, and it's super fascinating.
It's like
Uh,
his perspective of the world is very different than the average person, and it's fascinating alone.
that is the perfect way to put it for sure.
No,
Yeah,
no, I'm serious.
yeah, yeah. No, like him playing like shotgun golf, and stuff like that. He would like play golf, but with a shotgun.
Wait. Do you remember when Conan O'Brien tried to get Hunter S. Thompson on the show, and Hunter was like, "No, we're gonna shoot guns and we're gonna drink." I saw that. And I'm like, this is like one of the coolest things ever because Conan's the goat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
He's the
and
goat.
who wouldn't?
He's one of us.
Yeah, exactly. And who wouldn't want to drink and shoot guns with Hunter S. Thompson?
I mean,
You couldn't now, but
side note, I'm weaning off alcohol for good.
yeah. Well, same here. I haven't drank in like 2 years, so
Congratulations.
good good for you. Yeah,
And I
thank you.
think Adam said 3 years for him too.
Yeah.
Just a fun fact. You don't have to answer this if you don't want. But anybody else in Rex Viper sober like you and Adam?
I think no. I think everyone else drinks, but just like casually drinks. They'll have like a beer or two. Like Adam and I were sort of like the party hard type of guys. Wake up with like a massive hangover and just be like,
Yeah.
ugh, yeah. And like that was trouble at conventions because conventions, like nerd conventions, like they're sort of centered around that sometimes.
Yes.
Like, yeah, like the nightlife is just people partying like crazy.
Do you think that's overrated in your honest opinion?
Not necessarily. It just depends. Like, I still hang out at the parties now that I'm sober. So, like, I thought the drinking would be a bigger aspect of it, and it's not. Um, because I was worried that I'd be like anxious and be like, okay, like I'm in a room full of 10 people that I don't know, and like anyone's going to be, scared of that. But, just like, I was thinking, what would I do if I were drinking alcohol? I'd like start to talk to one person and then open up more with everyone else. And so I just did that, but sober. And I was like, okay, well, it kind of translates.
One important question. After you stopped drinking and you got sober, did you ever have any level of social anxiety?
Yes. At first it was big. It was more almost I was anxious that I would get anxious. you know.
So,
Yeah, cuz you're like, what if I go and get anxious? So you're having anxiety about having anxiety.
yes,
So like
yes.
that's like a repeated cycle. And like yeah, I guess eventually I just realized that like that it's okay to be anxious about stuff. That's like your body telling you it's okay, like you're just concerned about something. How big is that concern? What's the realistic possibility of that actually happening? It may be very slim. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I'm nervous to swim in the ocean. This is just as a comparison.
Sure.
um to swim in the ocean because I could get bitten by a shark, and I don't want that. Clearly, no
Or
one
a
wants that.
jellyfish.
Yeah, or a jellyfish. But and that is very scary. But the chances of that are incredibly slim. The amount of shark attacks that happen in the world, are generally under like 50 per year. Like
I
if the
mean,
whole world.
I know Jaws recently had its 50th anniversary. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what? I mean, it's like a human getting attacked by a shark, like you said, is not as frequent as you would think.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's a book. It's fiction.
Yeah. Yeah,
It could have been
exactly.
it could have been an alien shark,
There you go.
which I'm sure there's a shark movie out there like that, and we'll get to that later.
Oh, definitely.
Shark
Definitely
movie.
there are movies like that. Yeah.
And cheesy ones too.
Yeah. But, like that there's a part of you that's telling you that there is that danger and that, that is a real danger, but it's so incredibly slim.
So,
So
what
as long
advice
as
would
you're
you
aware.
have if you have a combat social anxiety?
Just I guess realize that like people are more concerned with how people are viewing them
Hmm.
than they are about you. Like everyone is in their head too.
Yes.
That's a common thing. That's like, you're not weird or the only person that happens to. Everyone's thinking the same thing, but they're just dealing with it in a different way. And like the more you talk to people, the easier it's gonna get. You know.
But it's ironic. A couple of weeks ago, there was a pool party, and
Mm.
we had a private screening of some short movies. And episode 0 of my podcast was the first to be displayed.
Yeah.
And the whole time, I was with people I already knew and new people I met, and I still had social anxiety.
Yeah. Well, you were, yeah. Well, you're also in a room with like a lot of people too. You know what I mean?
I,
Like,
I, I think I have a theory. It's because I'm
mm.
surrounded by so many talented people. Then it's like I feel like I'm over my head.
Yeah. No, I sympathize with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Well,
When I go to networking stuff, and I'm like, okay, this should be fine, but like then I'll see other people. I'm like, oh, it's the person from that. Oh, it's the person from that, and I'm like, okay, this is a new situation.
sure.
But
And
like
did
that's
you have
cool that
social
you.
anxiety at nerd conventions too?
Yeah, but hold on, just one more part to that. Like, you are the peers of all these talented people. Like you're up there with them. You know what I
Mhm,
mean?
mhm.
So that's one way to frame it. But yeah, do I get social anxiety at nerd conventions? Less than I would at other conventions, because like there are so many people there who are comfortable just being themselves now, and
Sure.
that sort of rubs off. They're like, I can be the biggest nerd I can right now, you know what I mean? And you're like, yes, that is cool, I like that energy, you know.
That is very cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I ran this idea with Adam. I'll run it through you.
Sure.
Just for just to get more exposure for Rex Viper, particularly.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Uh,
of course.
Horror conventions, maybe, or no?
I really want to go to a horror convention. I've never been, weirdly enough, but that would be perfect for Rex Viper.
Well, I
Um,
only mention that because Rolf obviously is a horror fan.
yes, a huge horror. It was same here. I'm a
Really?
massive horror fan. Yes,
You
yes. I
you don't
also love my horror movies. Yeah.
have you been paying attention to the independent horror scene recently?
Not as much as I should be, but
Keep tabs with me. I'm going to take care of you.
okay, sure. Yeah, yeah.
Well, no,
I
because
I
I
love that.
worked on a few horror movies that some of them are still in development. One's already been
Mm,
released. I was a production assistant for at least 3 of them last year alone.
yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, yeah. I would love to see. I would
And
love
when I
to
say I'm
see
a
what you got.
PA, I'm there to help out, and it's strictly volunteer. I refuse to be paid.
Okay. Yeah.
So, and that's my choice. So I just wanted to make that clear with you.
Okay. Yeah. 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 That's awesome.
I wonder if you'll
Um,
enjoy Swine and Dine. Two of my friends directed that movie, Chris Abb and Ron Black Films.
Swine and Dine. All right,
Yes,
that
sir.
sounds like a pretty good title. That sounds like something I would enjoy.
It's a 20-minute short, minimal, and it features already is being written as we speak.
Oh,
Yeah, and
excellent.
I'm excited for them. I don't know if I'll be a part of it, but I'm excited.
Yeah. Well, no, that's good. Well, at least you were part of the beginning. If you're not part of the next part of it.
It's all good. I'm just happy to be on a movie set. Have you ever been on a movie set?
I have, but not doing anything crazy, but just like hanging out. You know.
Okay.
Um, but like a professional movie set. yes, sort of like that, but like an independent movie, yes, like for sure. I even
There's
have I've made a couple. I did one horror movie called it's a short called Pizza Face, and I'll
I've
send
heard
that
of
to you
that.
after.
Please do.
There is another one called Pizza Face also, but so you might have seen either.
Well, wait a minute.
It's about an anthropomorphic slice of pizza. Oh dang, that looks good.
Well, I just wanted to give you an idea, and I'm going to get with the directors after we're done here, and if not tomorrow, and just say, hey, I want to show this to all my friends, including you. How can we make it happen?
Yeah.
So,
All right.
just a heads up.
Okay. Awesome.
So you're in the horror movies too. Are you a fan of Terrifier?
That actually, I haven't seen any Terrifier yet. Or the what's the it was anthology first, right? That it
Right,
started from.
right.
Yeah. What's the anthology called?
I don't know off the top of my head, and
Yeah.
Michael Levy or Damien Leone, if you're listening, I apologize in advance.
Yeah.
They're the creators of Terrifier.
Yeah. But yeah, that series is taken off. Like that's
Yes,
like
it
a
is.
juggernaut now. Like it's started out really small. Now it's in theaters, doing serious numbers. You know what I
Yes,
mean
they
with the
are.
latest one? Yeah.
And the fourth will be the final apparently, and it's like with horror movies, never say never.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever been a thing. There's it's hard to stop a horror franchise once it starts,
I mean, Friday 13th, the final chapter, number 4 was supposed to have been it, and then here we go 6 entries later, and then Freddy versus Jason
Yeah.
or Child's Play. Okay, third one's done. That's definitive. He's chopped the pieces. He's done. I believe that.
Yeah.
We get Bride of Chucky in '98.
Yeah, exactly. And now the fact that you can reboot and soft reboot stuff, you can just start over. There you
Like
go.
Halloween.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a soft reboot. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Because what was it Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, which a lot of people hate, except me. I love that movie. I don't care what
Mhm.
anyone says.
What do people
Uh,
hate about it? Sorry.
no, you're fine. Uncle Dad. Michael Myers raped his daughter and had a baby with her. That doesn't make any sense. Oh, he's that baby was conceived so Michael could kill it and end the curse. Just kill Jamie and end the curse.
Yeah.
Or have excuse me, the leader of the cult rape Jamie, have the baby, and then Michael could try to kill it, and then that'll be the end of the curse. That would have been much more effective. You know Tony from Hack the Movies, obviously, right?
Yeah. Like I've hung out with him a couple of times. I'm not like intimate friends with him, but we roll in
Sure,
the
sure.
same circles. So yeah.
No, I understand. Same here. But I'd love to have a conversation with him about how to fix a movie because I tried that with another friend of mine, and it was like, oh my god, I think we just fixed Alien 3 without even trying. It
How?
was just a natural conversation.
Yeah. How do you fix Alien 3? Anyways, that's probably
You know
a
what?
different
Let's
one.
not get into that. There's too many dang plot holes.
I know.
It's like, okay, the head face fucker's running around the ship. Well, okay, well, who got close to the egg, the ovomorph? That's what it's called
Yeah.
technically. Nobody. Okay, so the egg shouldn't hatched.
Yeah, exactly. So did the facehuggers get in before or
Well,
or
the egg itself that's laid by the
Mhm.
queen
Yeah.
is a life form in itself, like the face hugger.
Yeah,
Once a
exactly.
human, once a host is detected and
Mhm.
exposed, then the ovomorph opens, the ovomorph dies, the facehugger is born, and then attaches itself to its host.
Mhm.
In fact, have you seen Alien Earth recently?
Yes.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about, where a human's getting close to one of the ovomorphs, the egg starts to slowly open.
Yeah.
But then it walked away, and an android or a robot came closer, and then the egg closed. I've never seen
Yeah.
that before. That is very unique.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of good pieces of lore they've added or that they've been more specific into rather.
Yeah, and you know what? In the beginning of the series, it was like more questions than answers.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, that's good. Like Alien is good as sort of a mystery
Mm-hmm.
and a monster movie combined. You know what I mean? There's always got to be that mystery.
Well, let's see. The first movie was the haunted house, and the second was a combat roller coaster type film, and it's great. They're both great for different reasons.
Yeah, but like the thing is, you're always learning more stuff as it goes. Like, you know, like even in Aliens, you don't know what's going on with the colony. You know it's gone bad, right? And then like you don't know much about the life cycle. Why is there multiple aliens? You know, how do they infect so many people at once, or like, you know, face hug so many people at once? And then, you know, it ends with the queen, which is like that answers most of the questions.
Yes, it
You know,
does.
so
Eh,
it's all sort of unveiled to you. You know what I mean?
well, the director's cut answers all the questions.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the director's cut. Isn't that the one that shows like the families on the like on like at the outpost at Hadley's
LV
home?
426, yes, Haley's
Yeah,
Hope.
yeah. Yeah. It shows them yeah, that's kind of an interesting choice to show that, cuz like I can see it both ways. One, it does give some atmosphere, but the other way, not showing them kind of like, I don't know, brings a lot of mystery. It's like, what's going to happen when they get there? You know, what does it look like? You know.
Well, you know, in the director's cut, it's perfectly clear that Carter Burke was the one that said, "Here are the coordinates to the ship on LV 426 that was in the first Alien movie. Go investigate." But no warnings, no precautions, no nothing. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous. But then again, that's
Yeah.
Whale Utani, so what do you expect?
Yeah, exactly.
They don't care.
Yeah. Well, that's like the Alien series. Like it's almost like the whole like corporations run everything.
Yep.
Future is almost just as scary as the aliens themselves. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
the cosmic horror of Alien, is the like how shitty the universe is. You know.
Well, and also how the companies have to, the five of them
Yeah.
consolidated. It's like there's no government. It's the companies that run the show. It's like that's not right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And like um I had a thought there, but I lost it. Anyways, go on.
I'm trying to think about what we could talk about next. Um, let's see. You're in the horror movies. I appreciate you telling me that. We got plenty to
Mm-hmm.
talk about going forward. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Uh, how did you get into Rex Viper? That's a good one.
Okay. So this is all leading into each other because I was like just talking about you know, before with doing music for Cinemassacre.
Yep.
And so yeah, I was doing that with James, and there's a Top Gun movie coming out. This is like before the pandemic, just right before. And he said, "Do you want to do a cover of Mighty Wings? You know, because the movie's coming out. That would be great." I'm like, "Yes." You know, let's put a group of people together. Like, little did I know, him and Adam already had we're sort of building something up.
Yes.
So
Adam
I
confirmed that, by the way.
Yeah, he did. Okay, good.
Yes, he
Yeah,
did.
I want to. There's so many different versions of the story told from different perspectives. So
Absolutely.
it's like, yeah. Um, so yeah, I said, okay. Well, I know someone who can sing. There's my friend here in Toronto who's also named James, and that was James Harding.
You're from
And
Toronto too?
yeah, we're both from Toronto.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now I got a reason to go to Canada.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like it's a nerd paradise here as well. You know what I mean?
Okay, so real quick, and then we'll get into the origin story of Rex Viper. But Toronto, Canada, that's Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
Is it a coincidence?
No, it is not a
I
coincidence.
didn't
It
think
is.
so.
It's a very
Oh,
nerdy culture up here.
oh my God.
Yeah.
If inevitably I'm going to go to Toronto and hang out with you guys if that's okay one day,
Yeah.
but it's like now might not want to leave.
Yeah. We can give you the Scott Pilgrim tour of all the like the landmarks and stuff. You know.
I love that movie.
Yeah. Oh, it's a great movie.
The game is
Fantastic.
great too, but I gotta honestly read the books.
Yeah. 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 And the
Anyways,
game.
go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you first.
Oh yeah. Um. So yeah. I was like, all right, my buddy James Harding can do vocals. He's a really good singer. And
Yes, you can.
so, yeah. And and then Rolf was like, okay, well, you know Square Painter. I'm like, yes, I do. And it's like, he can
Adam.
play bass. I'm like, okay, cool. This is awesome. And then at that point, I believe it was James's high school buddy, Jeff, playing
Yep.
drums
Yep.
at that point.
I know
And
Jeff.
then, Yeah, yeah, okay. You know Jeff. Okay,
Of course I
yeah,
do.
yeah.
It was like after it was I think it was before the Jekyll and Hyde movie game spoof that Rolf did,
Yeah.
and I added Jeff and his brother Robert on Facebook
Hmm.
because I was a fan of the goofy episode Beer Man,
Okay. Yeah.
and Jeff's like right on. He's going to be on the show too eventually.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, yeah. Jeff's a really fun guy for sure.
He is. Yeah, he's politically incorrect, but you know what? You need that in your life sometimes.
Yeah, exactly.
Nothing wrong with a little variety.
Yeah,
Believe me,
exactly.
I got friends who are politically incorrect, and you know,
Oh, everyone does, I think.
absolutely.
Yeah. um so yeah, and Kieran and Justin,
Yep.
as I guess everyone knows Kieran and Justin, like Justin Silverman and Kieran, I forget Kieran's last name right now,
Uh,
but that doesn't matter, I think. It's just
I'd
Kieran.
rather not. I think he's trying to keep that
Yeah, I think
private.
he's yeah, and also yeah, he wants to get out of the limelight because yeah.
Yeah, that's why I was like, ugh.
Yeah, yeah, okay. And yeah, mystery keyboard player at the time. Um anyways, so
Watch the
yeah,
original
so
video, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Um so we put that together and we sort of were slowly working on it. Um and I was tasked with sort of making like the workflow pipeline, which was hard because we're all from different places. And then as soon as COVID hit, then that sort of derailed everything because we're like, okay, what's going to happen? No one knows what's going to happen here. But then a couple of months go by, we're like, hold on, this is actually perfect. You know, we're all in different places anyways. So why not just start this up? Right?
See?
Let's yeah. Let's do this. So we were working on the cover, and also the movie kept on getting delayed and delayed and delayed.
Yeah, it did.
Um,
You saw Maverick, right? I'd imagine.
yes. Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm going to get lynched for saying this. But I think Maverick was better than the original.
It was pretty damn good.
I
Like
mean,
that.
it's like okay, here comes the fight scene. You think it's over? Oh no, it's just beginning.
Yeah. No,
I
it's
love
like
that.
it's so yeah. No, it's a pretty perfect movie. Like
Yes.
yeah, I enjoyed it more than the first one.
Thank you. I agree. Couldn't
Yeah.
agree more.
But like I don't know. I saw the first one when I was like 7, so I don't know if that tainted my experience. You know
You want to know what tainted my experience about the first Top Gun?
what?
The fact that when I was overseas in the Navy, that they play that song every time when we did a forward object damage walk down or a FOD walk down. It's like
Oh
I'm
really?
so sick and tired of hearing this song. It's so cliche. So here's what I did. We were getting ready to start an exercise that day, and I went to my division officer, my lieutenant, and I was like, "Excuse me, sir. I know you play music during foreign object damage walkdowns. Could you play this?" I handed him my Motley Crue Dr. Feelgood CD. Asked him to play "Kickstart My Heart."
Oh nice. Yes. Kickstart
and
my
and and that became a tradition as long as I was around. And then when we dropped the Marines off in Okinawa after we were done with our mini tours, because we weren't gone that long. We
hmm
were like no more than 3 weeks out at a time. We were very fortunate.
Okay.
Same album. Instead of it's "Don't Go Away, Man, Just Go Away." As we're
Mm.
dropping them off, and a couple of Marines caught on to that.
How long did you serve for?
4 years.
4 years. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like when people think Top Gun, I'm like, dude, I lived it.
Yeah.
Maybe at that not at that level, but close enough.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your service as well.
Oh, oh, you're welcome. I'd do it again in a heartbeat. And I'll station in Japan, and that's where Adam's supposed to move.
Oh yeah, yeah. Adam's moving out there for sure. Like
And I asked him,
that.
it's like, where are you moving to? I think he said Tokyo, but it's like, well, Yokosuka's just as cool because it's right next door.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a lot of fun. I will tell you this, and my mom hates me every time I say this because she didn't want me to go out and serve. She was scared to death because, for obvious reasons, 9/11, Afghanistan after the fact, and then Iraq, which turned out to be something else entirely, which I'm not going to get into for political
Yeah, yeah.
reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But um, yeah, rough.
Yeah.
But no, but what I'm saying is that if where I was stationed was terrible,
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing to do except drinking. I didn't drink at the time. I
Yeah.
was one of the most sober sailors on my ship.
Mm.
I never touched the stuff, maybe once or twice, but no, I was like, that was in my first year. After that, I was like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to get. I don't know what I'm going to be like if I'm drinking. But
Yeah.
I was stationed in Sasebo. If I were stationed in Yokosuka, I probably would have done 20.
Oh
Why?
yeah.
Because you're right next door in Tokyo, and almost every street corner in Tokyo had a McDonald's and an arcade and a karaoke
Really?
bar.
Oh, I love karaoke. I
Who,
can.
who doesn't?
Yeah. I
So,
do a Louis Armstrong in impression, so I can
can
like
you?
really crush karaoke. Anyways, that's another story.
Well, just real quick, for me, it's James Hetfield, Metallica,
Oh, nice, nice.
and that or David Lee Roth. I'm just a gigolo.
Ooh, that's awesome, David Lee Roth.
Blast from the past.
Yeah.
We'll get into music in a second, but where were we? I'm sorry.
Yeah, we went on like a tangent there. Oh yeah, Rex Viper.
Yes,
I
yes, yes.
think
Because we were talking about Top Gun.
yeah, Top Gun. So yeah, the movie kept on getting delayed, so that gave us more time to work on it, and we were just working on every here and there. But it was really hard to figure out a workflow, especially because like everyone was working from home, so
Mm-hmm.
it's so hard to separate your work life from your home life.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, and then on top of that, do the project, and then yeah. So eventually it came out, and then a lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't like it, but like enough people liked it that we were like, okay, like, and the people who did like it, this is the important part, the people who did like it really liked it. So then we were like, okay, let's do this again. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I'm not saying it to blow smoke at you or kiss your ass or anything because you're here. I'm just being honest.
Okay, well thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Well
I'm
that's it, like,
serious.
yeah. We enjoy hearing from the people who genuinely like it. Like that's why playing shows are really good, because the people who show up are the people who want to see it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we hang out and like talk to people and stuff, and it's really cool to hear everyone's stories and stuff.
And it's all Rex. I mean, cover songs are only the beginning, according to Adam. He said that Rex Viper inevitably, is going to start with original material. I'm excited for that as a fan.
Yeah, that's currently in production,
I don't
sort
need
of
I
like.
don't need any details. Just
Yeah, exactly. But
release it accordingly, and I want to be just like everyone else.
just to put that out there,
I'm nice little something to look forward to, ladies and gentlemen.
There you go.
Thank you, James. I
And
appreciate that.
yeah, no worries. And so yeah, well, and this was another thing, is that live shows, we were doing all this music not thinking that we would ever play it live. It would just
Really?
be a YouTube thing, right?
Uh,
So maybe 2 years into the pandemic, or maybe 1 year, we were asked to play Too Many Games, which is in Philadelphia,
I was
which
there.
is yeah, okay, yeah, which is an awesome convention.
It is.
But we were like, okay, so like travel right now, like cross border from Canada to the US, was only essential travel. So we really had to like be specific and be very careful. And on top of that, um going both ways, you had to have a clean COVID test, or else you'd be stuck for 2 weeks. So when Harding and
Sure.
I came to play there, we had to do COVID tests right before we got on the plane, and if it had tested positive, we would have been stuck there for 2 weeks.
Oh my God! In
Yeah,
quarantine at
so
the airport.
yeah,
Oh,
there's,
that's
or like
terrible.
whatever quarantine hotel they would put us up in or whatever.
Ugh. Well,
But yeah, that was just one of the hurdles. Of course, we'd never played live together.
right.
Yeah, and at this point, I think Jeff left due to personal reasons.
No, he told me he left because of scheduling conflicts.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's
I
I
don't need
didn't know how to
details. That's
frame
just what I
that.
was told.
Yeah. Well, that's the same thing. Yeah, yeah. So, but like, that was right before the show. So we were like, okay, not only are we playing for the first time, but now we have to get a new member
Yes.
and bring him up to speed. And that's Bradley Conklin, who's really good on drums, and that was Adam's idea, because they had known each other for many years. And he said, like, Brad is a very sweet man, and it is true. Brad is one of the sweetest guys you will ever talk to. Yeah.
That's very cool. Do you think he'll want to be on the next episode of the Crazy Geezer podcast?
I mean, I should hope he should.
Either
He better
him
be, or
or
else.
your keyboard player. I forgot his name, and I apologize.
Dino.
Yes, Dino.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Dino is very soft spoken, but they are definitely a quiet genius. There's a
Really?
lot of stuff going on up in their brain. So
I mean, if
that's
Dino was ever on the show, or let alone Bradley or you or Adam or the other two Jameses,
yeah.
I'll carry you and take care of you, make sure the episode's good.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um. Let's see where. Oh yeah. So we were going to play the 2 minute game show, and
Hmm.
Brad was just joining. So like I just met him the first day we played with each other. We were all like sleeping at Adam's house. And then we got together at the rehearsal space and we're like, okay, we have 1 week to come from never playing with each other to playing in front of people. So let's go. And we were practiced like 8 hours each day at this place in Philadelphia. I forget the name, but it was a really weird rehearsal space because it had like food in it, which
Ugh.
like for non-musicians, like having food served in a rehearsal space is like having food served in a bathroom. You know,
Ew.
you just it's just not done. But we didn't have to leave. Um, is the plus on that. Um, but yeah, so we managed to get together, and we managed to put together a strong enough set that we were able to play it live. And we also during that time we filmed the Touch music video, which just came out like the other week. You know what I mean? Like maybe a couple months ago.
Hmm.
That was actually filmed years ago. So yeah,
That doesn't surprise me because COVID set a lot of things back. But at the same time, from my perspective, I think it was a great idea where folks can work from home if they're qualified and eligible. Like if you're just sitting at a desk or a cubicle, then you should be able to work from home, no questions asked. And then that way you get a lot more done at work from
yeah,
home. Because you
yeah,
get your house chores done, and you get all this time. It's like, wow, I did all my chores. Wow, I got nothing else to do except to do whatever I want to do. Right?
yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No. I work from home now, pretty much in like unless I need to go in somewhere, I don't, because this is where the magic happens. This is I know my own space. I get my inspiration here. I can always you know take a break. I can talk to who I want to talk to online and stuff like that.
That's
You know
cool.
what I mean? Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
mean, in my case, I have to be on site, especially if I have work. If there's no
Hmm.
work, then I'm technically on call.
Yeah.
So it's like waves in the ocean.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I've been with the same job for 2 years. I'm pretty happy with it.
Okay, that's excellent. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's good to have a job that you like to do. Like I think what really makes jobs sometimes is the people. It's not necessarily the work. Like if your coworkers are like, okay, like I want to go into work because there are generally positive people here. You know what I mean? Like that can be important.
That definitely helps. My customer clientele are very
Mm,
sweet and sincere and very respectful, and they know me like, oh, you're here. You're here to fix my printer, right? I'm like, "Mhm." Yeah,
there
now
you
you
go.
know my job, but you don't get to know who I work for. But maybe in private, but not
I
out
think.
here because I don't want anyone looking us up.
Yeah, exactly. I think I figured out your job. Yeah.
I will say this though, I'm not speaking for anyone else, let alone anyone at Rex Viper. Um, One of my best friends, I'm not going to say who it is, but he quit his day job to do YouTube full time,
Yeah.
and it was the worst mistake he ever made.
Mm,
So I'm only speaking for myself that I don't care if I ever get popular, I'm
mm.
sticking with my full time job.
Yeah, that's probably like if you can, because like two reasons. Because I also did the same thing for a little while.
Hmm.
Um, it's sort of like if this is something you enjoy doing and it's like sort of a casual thing that you get joy from, if that turns into your full-time job, then there's now that extra pressure that sort of like takes away from it, where you have to I have to make sure that this podcast episode is good. You know what I mean? I have to make sure I have a big guest. I have to make sure, I guess at that point there'd be like crazy sponsors and stuff like that. We have to hit like this goal, and audience retention has to be there. And there's just that many more things where if it's you're doing it because you genuinely enjoy it, then
Yes.
that's a totally different feeling. You know what I mean?
I mean, first of all, you're a big deal on the show here. I really appreciate you coming here because of we have a lot in common. And on top of the fact you're the lead guitar player for Rex Viper, which I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
Uh, but gosh, now I forgot what I was going to say. I hate that.
No,
But no, I get anxiety before every episode because you want it to be good, but then as
Yeah.
soon as you hit record, it's like all the anxiety just goes away.
Yes.
At least I feel, because especially with us, particularly, like we're clicking pretty good as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah,
Adam and
we
I
are.
click pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, almost every guest I've had, we've clicked.
Yeah. Well, yeah,
So
you're a very personable person, and like you guide your guests through this pretty well. You know what I mean?
I guide them to the Holy Land,
Yeah.
or the big pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, whatever you want to call it. It's what I do. I make
Yeah.
people look good for a living.
Yeah. There you go. Hey. There's a
No,
tagline right there.
I'll give you. Hey, is that from the Fonzie, or when you say hey,
Hey. Yeah. That's probably where I got it from.
Fonzie? Hey.
Hey.
Never was a fan of that show, but I get it for those who do. So, what say you? TV. Any favorite TV shows of yours?
Favorite TV shows like of all time?
Yeah,
I would
like
say
a Mount Rushmore or a top five, no particular order.
mm,
I'll throw you a few examples. Frasier, How I Met Your Mother.
So I got like MASH is one of my favorite, because like just the writing, just the parallels between the comedy and like the stark seriousness of what they're doing, and you can see why the two things affect each other.
Absolutely.
And just the writing is so good. And then Twilight Zone,
the original, right?
The original one, yeah.
My mom's a fan too.
Yeah, there's like some of the newer ones have their really good moments.
Sure.
But like the old Twilight Zone was consistently knocking it out. You can just put on an episode and you're like, even if it's not your favorite thing ever, you're like, at least that made me think a bit,
That one episode with Burgess Meredith where he was just reading books and just wouldn't stop. And then next thing you know, he's his last man on earth. He's like, I'm going to the library and read some books. He breaks his glasses.
Yeah.
Oh, the irony.
Yeah. Yeah, that wasn't even so much a moral of the story thing.
No.
That's a thing that just happened to him.
It's like that's the worst thing that can happen to him.
Yeah, that's it.
Anyways, I'll go back to Twilight Zone, MASH. Go ahead.
X-Files, I think.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I'm a big fan of like science fiction. So
is Adam? I should ask Adam if he's a fan of X-Files.
I would think he probably is, because I don't know.
He's obsessed with UFOs.
Yes. Okay. I was gonna say, did he talk about UFOs last?
Yes, he did, and he was like, "I'm going to stop now. If you provoke me, I will not shut up." Which, by the way, we didn't talk about that for 2.5 hours, but that's how long the episode is, and that's a new record.
Yeah. When I saw that, I was like, Adam in 2.5 hours. That seems about right.
Could have told me, no, I don't care.
But like, yeah, him and UFOs, like he is such a UFO dude that like he went to Congress when they were having those hearings and whatever.
Oh, really?
He was like I remember I saw it on the news, them covering it, and they were just showing the hallways, and I saw him like in the background of CNN or something with his cut off sleeves, like standing there. I'm like, okay, that's weird, but that's cool. Go.
That's crazy. They even did that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, so that good for him. But yeah, probably X-Files, I would say he
Good
would
choice.
probably really enjoy. Yeah.
What else? Or
Uh,
unless you, I mean, I'm not trying to put you on the
mm,
spot or anything.
Better Call Saul.
Oh, the prequel to Breaking Bad.
Yeah. Surprisingly good. I'm a big fan of cinematography,
Mm,
and that show is just every frame is a painting. You know what I mean? Like you can take anything out of any moment, and you're just like, wow. You know, you can hang that in a museum.
I agree. So safe to say you're a fan of Breaking Bad too.
Yeah, yes, I am, but I'm a bigger fan of Better Call Saul for sure.
I don't blame you. But
Yeah.
did you see the alternate ending to Breaking Bad?
No, what's the wait, was that the is that the Malcolm in the Middle one?
Yes, it is.
Okay, I've just heard about that. I've never actually seen it.
I saw that and I'm like, I'm not going to spoil it for you, but all I have to
Okay.
say is from beginning to end, once I saw that episode or that clip, whatever you want to call it, it's like, that's the real ending. That is the real ending. And I don't care what people say. That is the real ending.
So why did they did they do that as a joke, or did they do it in case they wanted to do that? You know.
Maybe both. You have to ask Bryan Cranston. The whole thing was his idea.
Oh, okay. Well, that sounds
And
like
Malcolm in the Middle is making a comeback.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, interesting. Because
Everybody's on board except for the actor who played Dewey
oh, really?
because he's in school.
Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
Because like, isn't Frankie Muniz? Isn't he a race car driver now?
yeah, yes. And he was also in a movie. You're a horror fan, so maybe you know this movie. It's called Stay Alive.
That does sound very familiar.
It's like Nightmare on Elm Street, where if you're playing the video game and your character dies, say by hanging, in real life you die by hanging.
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Yeah. I
Frankie
haven't seen that,
Muniz
but
is
I've
in
heard
it.
of it.
Sophia Bush is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And wait, is that a more modern one, or is that
2000s.
2000s? Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
I think it was before Katrina, but don't quote me on that. Because
Yeah.
the movie was shot in New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like it's hard to like. There's so many horror movies,
Mm-hmm.
like, and especially I get into like very schlocky territory that I've seen so fucking many horror movies.
Really?
Yeah, like I've seen a lot. Not all of them great, you know. So,
No, not at all.
yeah. But yeah, so Malcolm in the Middle is making a comeback. That's good. Oh yeah, Better Call Saul. Yeah.
Better
Um
Call Saul.
yeah, and it's one of the things, it's good as a prequel sequel type of thing because it makes Breaking Bad better. Like
Mm-hmm.
it adds to the story of it, and it doesn't like necessarily spoil anything, but it just like adds that much more. That be like, okay, well, that now that character has the motivation to do that, or you know, that's
Who's
how
the
that person
actor?
got to be.
Who's the actor who plays Saul in Better Call Saul?
Bob Odenkirk.
And he had a movie come out just recently called Nobody 2.
Yeah. Which is like by the producers of John Wick. I saw the
Yes.
original Nobody, and that was pretty good. Like,
It was great. Are you kidding?
because like you're not expecting him to do it. You can see Keanu Reeves kicking ass, of course, but like him, he doesn't look like an action person at all. You know what I
Which is
mean?
the point.
Yeah, exactly.
And it worked.
Yeah, that scene where like, um, that those like special forces guys are coming into his house, and the one guy's coming down the hallway, and I guess he just sort of like kicks the guy out, or he jumps on him and sort of like takes his gun in midair and sort of like gets him back. So he's sort of stuck in midair hanging onto the wall while grabbing the guy's gun. It's just like insane. Yeah.
The most insane part for me and was it the first Nobody was the fact that Christopher Lloyd was in the movie.
Yes.
Number
That
one,
was a
but number
pleasant
two,
surprise.
what his role was, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, this just keeps getting better.
Yeah. And also that movie, it wasn't afraid to get goofy.
Right.
Like,
Right.
John Wick couldn't get goofy. It had to
No.
like, even though the stuff is ridiculous that's happening, it's still serious. You know what I mean? Like,
But you still crack up at certain scenes.
oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Yeah. But like, it's, you know, it's sincere about it. Whereas like, nobody gets wacky as fuck at the end. just
But
blank.
maybe it was necessary.
It definitely was. It definitely was. Well, it makes it more fun too. So,
I thought
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah.
So guys, so got to see that movie. Any other shows? Better Call Saul, Mash, and
I'm
X Files.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything I've been reading. Like Alien Earth is pretty good, but I haven't seen the whole thing yet. So it's yet to be out. So far, I like the writing. I like the whole like Peter Pan sort of
Yeah,
theme that's going on there, and definitely having like children put into these adult like robot bodies is kind of a terrifying thing to think about on its own, you know.
absolutely.
Yeah, so like all of the elements of that show is like all of the things that are going on are just as upsetting as there being xenomorphs, you know.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. And I'm beginning to wonder. This is just me talking about the Alien series going forward. If because Ridley Scott's still making movies, he's got to be old as dirt. No disrespect
yes,
to
oh
Ridley
yeah,
Scott, I love him to death, but it's like how many years does the man have left? I mean, he's still going strong. So
yeah,
I'm wondering if we're going to get one more Alien movie uh, that was after Covenant, to complete that prequel
yeah,
trilogy.
his little arc there because he
Because
set it up.
originally Fox said no, but then
Mhm.
Disney bought Fox.
Yeah,
Now Disney owns Alien.
yeah,
The
and
possibilities is still there now.
Disney has infinite money, so it's just like
You know what? If they're going to have infinite money, just put it to good use.
yeah, exactly.
That's I don't care if one company rules them all. Just do the right thing. Don't be
Yeah,
like Wayland Yutani.
yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's sort of like the interesting comparison there. You know what I mean?
I'm just thinking out loud here.
Yeah.
Just put it to
Um.
good use. And also do not buy Warner Brothers and do not buy DC. Thank you very much.
Yes. There you go. Easy. um. Did you see Alien Romulus?
Of course.
Yeah. What did you think of that?
Well, I thought it was okay. It
Yeah.
was one person I knew hated it and I never understood why. It's like it's a decent movie. It's not great. It's
Yeah.
not you don't expect it to be great.
Yeah.
But
Exactly.
I will say this though, honestly, definitely better than the theatrical cut of Alien 3.
Mm.
A simply cut is the go to because it fills more of those plot holes. Like that's another topic for another day. But
Yeah.
do you think Romulus was better than Alien Resurrection?
Okay.
That's
That's a tough one
yeah. It's like
because
apples and oranges, maybe.
there's elements that I like of both,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know. It's hard to say. Like Resurrection isn't, a lot of people shit on it, but it does
I
some
don't.
pretty like bold things. You know what I mean? Especially, yeah, for like a '90s theater movie. You know,
Look,
um,
I mean, Sigourney Weaver came back. Ripley 8 was still alive, so we could have got an Alien 5, and she was open to the idea. She was like, "Throw me some money, I'll do it."
yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was interesting that they didn't. Um,
Missed opportunity.
yeah, I know there's things where like I saw that movie like way too young. I saw it as soon as it came to video, and I
Oh,
was
really?
like, all right, I have a Friday night by myself, and someone rented me Alien Resurrection, and then I saw it, and I was like, okay, I'm kind of haunted now. I'm gonna be up for like a week because
Aw.
of like deformed clone Sigourney Weaver, and like
Or
or the offspring as well. Like, oh my god.
you see that I was not a fan of the half human, half alien.
Yeah, well, that was just meant to like. Wait, which one? Which one are we talking about?
I'm
Are we
talking about
talking
Resurrection.
Romulus or are we talking about Resurrection?
Resurrection first, then we'll talk about
Yeah,
Romulus.
yeah, got it. Okay.
But no, it's like I was not a fan of that.
Yeah, yeah. That was kind of like haunting the fact that its eyes were human
Mm-hmm.
and you could tell what it was feeling,
Yes.
and also how it died was like very upsetting. You know what I mean? Do you remember what happened?
Yeah, it was Ripley had a little bit of blood on her hand,
Yeah.
splat, and then created a hole for that half human, half alien that gets sucked in. Yeah,
I know.
first blood and guts, and then its head.
Yeah, it just gets like sucked out through a little hole, and like you see, it's like entrails and stuff going,
Yep.
and like yeah, and it's just like oh my god, you know.
That's probably my least favorite part of the movie. Ironically, was that whole half human, half alien thing. Now going back
Yeah,
to Romulus, I can understand where they're trying to go, though. Was I
yeah,
a fan of it?
definitely.
Not really.
Yeah,
But I understand.
yeah. I think they got too ambitious with trying to tie everything together. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Because they brought in some of the Ridley Scott stuff.
Yep.
Like they're trying to bring all the influences in and make them make sense. You know?
Well, that's another conversation for another day. But what was it? Have you ever played Alien Isolation?
Yes, yes.
So the director of Romulus was asked, "Did you ever play the Alien games?" "Oh, you mean like Alien Isolation?" "Yeah, of course," because he was showing off.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to make a sequel to Romulus.
Yeah, yeah,
Is he?
yeah. He is.
Okay, I hope so. I mean, I hope that. Who's the director? Do you know his name?
I forget his name, but he's the guy who does the new Evil Dead movies.
That's
Um,
right. And then he got into Alien because he's such a huge fan, like we are, if not
yeah.
more so. And now, I think he's also involved in in Alien Earth too. Am I wrong?
He could be.
Okay.
Because I think they have different directors sometimes on that show. I'm not
Yes,
sure if
they
it's
do.
a thing like that. Yeah.
Yes, they do. I think that was meant by design. Give each director its episode, and just
Yeah.
prove yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Same with the
Which
writing
actually
too.
which actually I won't say too much. The recent episode that came out that really shows how it was like its own thing and sort of I don't know. I don't
You
want to
talk
say
about
too
last
much.
night's episode.
Last night's episode, yeah, yeah.
I saw it before we started this interview, and I'm like, okay, it answers a lot of questions.
Yes.
That's good.
Yeah. And
That's a good thing.
it feels like its own contained, thing as well. So
And
it's
it
like kind of
was.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
was because
Yeah.
you didn't see anything happen over at uh I forget the name of the island.
Yeah. The Prodigy
I
Island or what?
Yeah, let's just call it that, the Prodigy
Yeah.
Island,
Yeah.
to be safe. But no,
Yeah.
we're going to get a sequel to Alien Isolation.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
I mean, it's rumored. I'm like, I hope that's true
Yeah.
because Alien Isolation is just so good.
Well, yeah, the thing that's scary about that is it actually is very unnerving the fact that you're being stalked by a xenomorph which does
Yes,
have intelligence to it and you're
yes.
just like that is uncomfortable, you know.
Okay, it's like you're hiding somewhere and the alien catches you. Okay, you try the same place. The alien already knows.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I was watching um this show called The Game Maker's Toolkit, which like shows the behind the scenes. Like
Excuse me.
it's sort of like a developer YouTube channel, and they were showing how the alien sort of works in that game.
Wow.
And so like it doesn't actually really know where you are. It just has another AI tell it your general direction and it'll go and search you out. So it never actually really knows where you are. But there's only so many places you can be. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what? I think it works because because as the player, you're like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do?
Yeah. Yeah,
And it's
exactly.
like you're trying to use your tracking device to see what direction you're supposed to go for the next, task, mission, whatever. And the xenomorph can hear that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I go this way. Okay, put it away.
Yeah.
Slowly walk towards. That was my initial reaction.
Cuz it's like honestly hunting you. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
and you have no weapons that can hurt the thing.
yeah.
You can scare it away with fire, just like in the movies, but no weapons will harm the xenomorph,
Yeah.
and that's
Oh,
scary.
and just while I remember it, in the movie Alien Romulus,
Hmm.
they used something from the video game. Wasn't that stun stick from
Yes,
Isolation?
yes, yes.
And they used there you go. Oh,
Because
that
again, the director is a huge fan of Aliens, and he's played all the games. And I'm wondering if you've even played this one.
I've never played Colonial Marines.
Oh, just so you see that autograph right there?
Yeah.
That's Corporal Hicks.
Hell yeah. Good.
And Justin
That's
Silverman's like, oh, you're gonna meet the B man. Oh my god, you're gonna have him sign that game. What are you thinking? But I'm like, he was in the game technically.
yeah.
And who? How many people have actually walked up to Michael Bean and like, could you please autograph this for me, sir?
Now, what was the problem with that game? I never really like. I saw it wasn't good, so I didn't play it.
Glitches.
Glitches, okay.
Like, I mean, Rolf could do an AVGN glitch episode,
Yeah.
with Kevin Finn. Shout out to him. Love to get him on the show too, but let me finish up Rex Viper first, and then maybe.
Yeah,
But no, it's
exactly.
like that would be great for a Glitch Gremlin episode.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm not giving you any ideas, Rolf. I've been in hot water with him since 2013 because I gave him a Superman 64 strategy guide, and then I had my season 2 DVD of Angry Video Game Nerd, and he said, "To Chris, thanks for the strategy guide, you dick."
Yeah, that sounds like a Rolf thing.
I'm like, it doesn't get better than that.
That is amazing.
And I don't know if you met Mike Matat, met him twice.
Yeah, I've hung
He's a
out
nice
with
guy.
him. Yeah. He's a nice guy. When you get him one on one and you're just talking about stuff. Yeah, him and I also did like a convention up here in Toronto together.
Oh, that's cool.
When he came up with Screenwave. Yeah.
Well, I'd love to get him on the show too, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. You're here now, and I'm having a blast. I don't know about you.
Yeah. No, I know. I'm having a really good time. Oh, this is fun.
Horror movies, video games. You're a fan of Alien?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. In fact, I think one of my friends, he's a composer for the short movies that I've been working on, and he's like, he's dying to get another episode. And I'm like, dude, you just been on an episode. I'm trying to get. It's like, I insist to be on another episode. I was like, all right, relax.
Yeah.
Well, no, just because we could talk about aliens for hours.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, and that's also good that you have people that genuinely want to come back. You know what I mean?
I never would have expected. I'll be
Yeah.
honest with you. When I first started this, if you watched episode 0, you can see how nervous I was.
Oh yeah.
I was so nervous. I was reading off a teleprompter, going. I was so nervous, and people were like, "We loved it." I'm like, "You can't be serious." And then it's like, I'll be honest with you, I didn't expect to get you or Adam, let alone any member of Rex Viper on my show, and this is like, holy crap! This is like an honor for me, and it's like, I'm on my way to the top. And I will say this though, you are more than welcome to more than one episode after this.
Okay, sure. Yeah. No, I'm
We'll
having a
talk.
great time. So.
We'll talk about anything you want. If you want to have some shameless self promotion, that's welcome too. That's why you're here.
Oh, I love shameless self promotion. I've been sprinkling it every here and there.
Well, that's why I suggested horror conventions too. You said you haven't been to one, so
Yeah.
I'm going to one at the end of the month. You're invited to hang out with me if you want. So
Where? Yeah,
I'll text you after.
Okay. Like, what is like? Because I'm used to video game conventions. What
Okay.
and like video industry conventions. Like, what's the vibe like at a horror convention? Like, because I assume it's a little bit different.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So the lineup of actors and actresses you get to meet. So I'll give you an example. Back in 2021, I went to Monster Mania, and I was hanging out with a friend of mine who's like a big brother to me. Shout out to you, Jeff. And I got to meet Kane Hodder, who played Jason.
Mm-hmm.
He autographed my Friday the 13th NES cartridge and my PS4 copy.
Nice.
I just asked for my NES copy, and then he Ric Flair chopped me after that. But then it's like, hey, did you play the new one? I'm like, you mean this? Snatched it out of my hand and say, give me that. Took the sleeve out, signed it, gave it back. He's just that cool. I also met Robert Englund, who played Freddy.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And I had my NES cartridge because I was trying to get. Cause it was only for a photo shoot, not an autograph. Autograph was impossible because the line was just too long. But as we were holding the cartridge, and I'm just standing there because this was during COVID, by the way. Instead of saying cheese, he was like, "No, I'm playing with power." Reference to Nightmare 6 if you ever watched Freddy's Dead.
Yeah.
Who else? Christopher Lloyd, I also met. So just to give you an idea, it's mostly horror actors and actresses. But it's like I'm thinking to myself, Rex Viper would do great at this convention because you're all horror fans, at least most of you.
And do people do any like cosplay compared to
Yes.
like excellent, because
Yes.
I'd like to see some horror cosplay because you have to get really elaborate in some cases, you know.
A few of my friends are cosplayers and they do a great job. And there's folks I've met in the cosplay horror circuit who just exceed your expectations.
Excellent. Okay, well
It's
that's
fun. It is fun. In fact, a friend of mine is going to be in a movie that he's directed, and he plays a killer scarecrow. And
okay.
what he did for the convention, the New Jersey Horror Con, was dress up as that character. That's how I met him. His name's
Yeah.
Xander Goldman.
Okay. Xander Goldman. That
Yeah,
sounds
Xander.
familiar.
I'll whatever you want to know. I'll send you the links. Anything you
Yeah,
want.
yeah.
He's a really cool dude.
Awesome.
I see him in other movies. He's just amazing. And in
Excellent.
fact, unless anything changed, I think I'm going to get an opportunity to work for him as a production
Okay.
assistant. No pay, just show up and just do the grunt work. And it's like,
That's
well,
sick.
what's in it for you? I'm like, I get to work for Xander Goldman. That's enough for me.
Yeah, I get to have fun making movies.
Exactly. Like I
Yeah.
said, there's something magical about being on a movie set. It's like you're tired after the fact because it's 12 to 14-hour work days, but then you're so happy.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know that feeling.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's worth the exhaustion, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It
It's like
transcends that.
I'll sleep when I'm dead. Right now, we're just having fun.
Yeah. Oh, one more Rex Viper like horror sort of thing that might make sense. So we're gonna be in the video game Trick or Beat 'em Up, which
I
is
know all about that game.
yeah. So we're gonna be in that. We're gonna be in the background of one of the levels, and we have animated sprites and stuff,
Yep.
and they look so fucking cool.
I talked to Adam about that. Outside the podcast, and I asked because you know about square paintings, they're incredible, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I've got 3 of them, and I'm only just getting started. I know they're very expensive, but you know what? It's worth the price.
Yeah.
But I
No.
asked him, and I'm going to tell you this officially from me directly is that from the uh, trick or beat 'em up game, your sprites I want Adam to paint individually, all 6
Smart.
members of Rex Viper, and I'll have it positioned accordingly so it looks like the band. But here's the best part: I want each member of Rex Viper with their respective paintings to autograph them.
Okay. Yes, that is a cool idea.
See,
Yeah.
see what I mean? I'm not a mega fan. I'm not a mark. I'm just a fan,
that's an awesome idea too. I love that.
and
Yeah.
it's going to happen.
Yeah. All right. Well, I
I'm
look
just,
forward to
I have to just save my money. That's all.
yeah, that would be an expensive venture.
You already know then.
But yeah, exactly. Yeah, I have some square painter stuff here in my studio. So
Oh yeah, what do you got?
I have Shine Spark Samus. So it's a long piece around this big, and like goes around, and it's Samus doing the super fast running from Super Metroid.
Oh, the dash.
Yeah, the dash. That's called
Nice.
Shine Spark. And then I got a Mario from Donkey Kong, and
What? Wait. Mario from Donkey Kong?
yeah, Jumpman. So Jumpman.
No, it's Mario. I don't care what people say.
Yeah.
It's like trying to call Slimer onion head in the first Ghostbusters. Like, no, that's Slimer.
Yeah.
End of story. It's Slimer. Even my mother, who's a big Ghostbusters fan, oh, that's Slimer. No question about it.
Yeah, exactly. And then let's see, I have one other one, but the one I'm thinking of right now is this is from a long time ago. It's Mighty Number 9.
Oh yeah,
but done in a Mega Man art style, like a classic Mega Man. So it's like that. So it's just like a palette sort of swap thing like that. But I eventually got it signed by the Mighty Number 9 creator. I forget his name right now.
Isn't he the same creator as Mega Man?
Yeah. Why can't I think of his name? Anofane, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah. Anyways, so he was a guest at Screw Attack Gaming Convention. Like,
now you're going back.
Yeah, exactly. This is way back. This was when people were like, yeah, that guy's cool, he's gonna Mighty Number Nine's gonna be awesome. This is back when everyone was really excited about this.
No, you said Screw Attack. I'm thinking guys like Rolf. I'm thinking about
Yeah,
Nathan Barnett, who's
yeah,
Keith Abacary.
yeah,
I'm thinking of guys like that. I'm thinking of Pat Contry, but that was Retroware, I think.
yeah. Well, it was Retroware for a bit, but now Retroware is now a game
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
And I think Screenwave bought it,
Screenwave bought it and turned it
and
into
they're
their
making the
like.
Toxic Crusaders game, which will be out at the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. I can't wait for that.
Oh, you're not the only one.
But hold on, I have a story about Nathan Barnett because at one of the SGCs I was actually, because I know the Screw Attack guys,
Oh, that's
um,
cool.
like Chad and Sam and those guys. Anyway, so I was doing sound for the concerts, like I was doing the sound mixing, and so Nathan Barnett, who's like sweetest guy, but his characters are all crazy. His characters are wacky, goofy guys.
Yeah, we're talking about Keith Abacary, Dad, and Trey Lewis.
Yeah, so at this point he was being Keith Apicary, which is definitely one of the more unhinged ones, I guess. I don't know. They're all
Oh,
crazy.
come on. There's a genius behind it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. So yeah, he's doing his sound check, and like the fans are waiting, and so he finishes his sound check, and he's like, oh, thank you very much. Then he gets into character, and he gets all like crazy, and he starts climbing up this balcony.
What?
And I'm like, okay, how is this going to play out? And he goes and he hides up there. Then he says, like, let them in, let them in. And we're like, oh, okay. So he goes back to hiding up on this balcony that's got to be like over 10 feet in the air.
Wow.
So everyone comes running in, and they're at the stage, and they're just waiting for him. And they're like, where is he? And then he pops out on top of this balcony, and he's like, hey, look over here, blah blah blah, and he starts doing his Keith Apicary like weird stuff, and then he jumps down. And my sound booth was in the back of the room, and I could hear an audible snapping sound from all the way back there.
Oh my god.
And then he's like on the ground, then he gets back up, and he's sort of like he's using other people to sort of prop himself up. So he broke his leg.
Oh my god.
And then proceeded to do the entire show with a broken leg. And then once it ended, he was like, someone get me to a hospital.
Right. And did you drive him?
No, I didn't drive him. I didn't drive at the time, and also I was doing the sound. Someone else took care of that, but like, holy shit.
Dude, no way. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, no, like not a lot of people. Like you had to have been in Texas in 20 whatever, you know what I mean? Like 2015, 20, wow. I don't know, over a decade ago. Yeah.
Well, speaking of which, I'm trying to get him on my show. He already agreed.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, it's like because I caught him on a live stream because he does his live stream watching Passions, the TV show. I think it's from Canada.
Okay, yeah.
I think. I've seen a few episodes. It's pretty good.
Okay, yeah. Sounds
and
like
I asked him, and I was like, "Here's $20. You want to be on my show?" He's like, "Yeah, I'll be on your show."
Nice.
He's like, "Text me on Discord." I'm like, "Dude, are you serious?" Texted him. Sure enough, he responded back. I'm like, "Oh my god." I said the same thing when you agreed to be on the show. I was like, "Really? This is so cool."
Well, you would be surprised, once you ask people. Like some people are like, yes. Like some people will for sure say no. Just because like they're busy or whatever, but like,
sure.
Yeah. Like asking is important,
It is. And especially with someone who has rogophobia, which is the fear of asking for anything without feeling shame or,
yeah, I sympathize with that. Like, as I was saying, I have anxiety. So like that definitely plays a lot into that. Like as soon as I do something, I'm like, okay, what did I do there? Like, what are all the possibilities of things that I could have caused,
Yeah, almost. Is it almost like you're catastrophizing?
Yeah. So, yes. Like, mine's more like an OCD type of thing where I'm like, where it's like, what? Yeah, exactly. What unreasonably crazy thing could happen, Yeah.
You poor guy.
Yeah. Well, actually, I did like some like therapy, and I've pretty much gotten through it. So,
well, that's great.
Yeah, exactly.
And you,
Yeah.
and hopefully, excuse me, that the meds you're taking, if any, are doing the job.
Yeah. I'm
Because
taking
recently I
some. Well,
switched to because recently I switched to Prozac,
oh yeah. That's good.
and my doctor at the VA was like, I think it's time to switch your meds. I was like, yes, because what I was taking was just making me more anxious. And he's like, try this, and then I talked to you about it, and I talked to a few others about it, and I haven't heard a bad thing yet.
Yeah. No, yeah, Prozac's good. Like some meds like will increase your anxiety, but then it'll decrease over time. But if it doesn't, that is definitely not a good thing. You know what I
Well,
mean? Like
wait, I have to point this out because this is important, especially for someone who has addictive personality disorder. I'm talking about myself.
yeah.
I I made a couple weeks ago, before I even started taking the meds, I made a promise to myself and that I would not have any caffeine in my house.
Okay, yeah.
Just this.
Yeah.
And if you want to know what's in it, it's Kool-Aid.
Okay.
Sugar-free Kool-Aid.
Excellent. Yeah.
It's like just drink that, stay hydrated. But the best part, I mean, you're in Canada, so there's no Acme grocery stores up there. I wouldn't expect, but Acme is a chain of grocery stores on the East Coast. If you ask anyone in Philly, they'll know exactly what an Acme is, and they
Okay.
sell 24 packs of alkaline water, and alkaline water is actually better for you.
Really
Yes,
interesting.
because one of my friends I served with, his name's Aaron,
Yeah.
and he was like, if you could find alkaline water, drink alkaline water.
Is it just like is it from a better source or do they treat it differently or like
I
what's the
think that some minerals and vitamins are added.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I'm all about that for sure.
Excuse me. I
Yeah.
mean, I could send you a picture of a bottle, and you could just be the judge for yourself.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So caffeine will obviously raise your anxiety, so that's why I've stayed away.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, it definitely will
If
because
I'm out,
that's
if I'm out, I'll drink caffeine, but I'm very reasonable. No energy drinks, none. Maybe an
yeah,
energy
oh,
shot, but that's about it.
that's okay. Yeah, energy drinks, that's a disaster for sure.
It
That's an
is.
anxiety attack. Like, coming
It
from
is
somebody.
really.
Yeah. One time I was at a party and I just picked up some mix. This is a long time ago.
Sure.
And it was just a 2-liter bottle of like what I thought was like a Mountain Dew ripoff. And I brought it and I was just mixing my drink and I finished the whole 2 liter bottle. And then someone's like, "Oh, that's that energy drink." And I'm like, "Excuse me? I just drank a 2 liter bottle of energy drink."
Oh, well, I
Then
can't wait to hear what happens next.
yeah, well then the next day, like it was fine then. I was just like hyper. I was going around talking to everyone and blah blah blah. But like the next day, it was like the worst anxiety, like hangover anxiety. I'm like, I can't get out of bed because I'm afraid what's going to happen. Like
Really?
type of anxiety. Yeah,
I
exactly.
thought you'd be bouncing up and down off the walls.
I know. Well, that's the next day. I burnt out all my energy just like talking to people and like going nuts at a party, but everyone's going nuts. So
Did you
that didn't
feel like the
really.
Flash? Like going on.
Yes, people were definitely moving in slow motion for sure.
Oh my gosh! I love the fact how you said slow motion. I've never heard anyone explain what it's like to be so caffeinated.
Yes, exactly.
I like that. That's good.
Yeah,
Write that down. Keep it for yourself.
exactly. Right now I do have to keep a certain level of caffeine because my son has a lot of energy, like a mega amount, so I have
Well,
to
he
make
just
sure.
started senior kindergarten, right?
Yeah, senior kindergarten.
Congratulations to
Yes.
him, by the way.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah,
You're
he's
welcome.
he's 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 doing super good at it. Like here in Canada, in instead of like doing like pre-kindergarten, kindergarten split into 2 years. So you have the little kids and then the senior kindergarten. So like, and they're both in the same class. So the little kids get used to being in that environment.
Like
Sorry, but
like a smoother transition.
yeah, exactly. But they're just
And
really
then you
they're
go
hanging
from
out.
grade one on up, right? That's how it's set. Grade one.
Yeah, exactly. Then
Okay.
after that, it's grade one. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm only asking because you're in Canada. I'm trying to be respectful.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, of course. Well, yeah, there are subtle cultural differences.
I'm no, I was in the Navy and I was overseas and I was always respectful of others' cultures. Here in the U.S. is no different.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much.
Oh, no worries. It's how the Navy trained me.
Yeah.
Also trains you to be a gentleman.
Okay, well,
You
hey,
got
that's
you
very
can be a
important.
gentleman, but be confident too. Don't
Yeah,
be a dick.
yeah, exactly. No, yeah, yes, yeah. There's a difference between, between being like assertive and confident and being an asshole, and it
Yes,
sometimes can be a gray line, but it's like, very very distinct.
exactly. And for
Yeah.
anyone watching this episode, I'll have anyone on my show, but I
Mhm.
have one rule: don't be a dick.
There you go. Yeah. Hey, that's a good rule.
And in fact, what was it? I was watching one of my best friends' live streams from. He's from Florida. We've known each other 39 years, and we practically grew up together. He was doing a live stream on Twitch, just doing homework, and he brought in all these people. It was only like a dozen people. It doesn't matter. Still a good amount of people just watching him just do math homework because he's back in school. And
Interesting.
I'm thinking to myself, this is like the most fascinating thing I've ever seen. Other than if he dies in a video game, he has to do 10 push-ups.
Ah,
Because he
yeah.
started doing that recently to get himself back in shape because he's out of shape, and he'll tell you that. You don't have to take it from me, and I'm not disrespecting him either.
Yeah.
But it was like he's doing homework, and I'm thinking to myself, what am I doing? Why am I sitting here playing Resident Evil 4 remake? Other than trying to get every achievement, which I'm very close to.
Yeah.
So what I
And
thought about, this is just a side note, but I thought about like once that's done, probably tomorrow or Friday, will probably be much spend a lot more time here in the studio. And I'm taking a
Mhm.
course on video editing. I use DaVinci Resolve.
Nice. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
starting
I'm
with the
I
free stuff. Adobe is too advanced for me.
yeah, well, like, I started on that. Well, first I started on like Final Cut, and then
Yeah.
I
Oh
got
yeah,
into,
Apple.
yeah, yeah, and then once I went back to PC, I did, yeah, I was working with Premiere and After Effects and stuff like that. And now I'm getting into the Resolve territory. But it's just that segue of just moving from it, because I'm so ingrained in the, Premiere and After Effects, but like I'm done with them, you know what I mean? Like, it's not worth it.
Well, what's not worth it? Adobe.
Yeah, just it being a
Yeah.
subscription and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like, which would be fine if it worked, but it crashes more and more. Like, they're putting less effort into upkeeping with the changes to Windows and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
like,
Really?
yeah, yeah, it's more unstable, I find. Yeah.
But wait, how are the specs on your PC? If you don't mind me asking.
Uh 64 gigs of RAM. I have a,
That's a lot.
a 3090 graphics card.
That's
Uh then I forget what my processor and stuff is. But yeah, it's like decent, you know what I mean? But I've
and
I've I've just noticed over time more crashes happening, you know what I mean?
so you're telling me that you got a decent working PC and you just proved it because you said so,
Mhm.
regardless of the fact, and Adobe still crashes. But if you use DaVinci Resolve, you don't have that problem.
Yes, exactly.
Incredible. And it's a
Yes.
free program.
Yes, exactly. That's crazy. And it's like, for coloring, it was the standard anyways. So, it already has like a workflow into it, but like now it's being used for everything.
That is insane.
Yeah.
A free program is better than a paid one.
Yeah.
I, I'm just maybe I'm being naive,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking to myself, what?
Well, it's just like maybe like certain concepts of like just the open source and people being, and the devs paying attention to the community and stuff like that.
Yes, yes.
And Adobe is a mega corporation too, so they're that much more, sort of separated from it. And since they were the industry standard for like movies for a long time,
Hmm.
um they didn't have to try. They were just built into all the studio's workflow. You know what I mean?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
So you're talking about Adobe being a massive corporation. Well, there's also Microsoft,
That's true. That's true.
Windows,
Yeah, that's true. Well, that
and
that
Bill Gates is
also,
still alive.
yeah. Exactly.
That
Like,
guy's got more money than God will ever have.
I know, yeah, it's no, it's bananas.
But you know
Uh,
what? He earned it, and that's important.
Exactly.
So
Like,
one last thing about Windows, real quick. Do you have a favorite version of Windows from then or today? Like my personal favorite of all time, Windows XP.
yes, definitely Windows XP.
Ugh.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember that paperclip icon
Yes.
and that
The
magical tone
Clippy.
you hear every time you turn on your PC.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There were so many good, and like it was very responsive too.
Yes,
And
it was.
yeah, and like I find now with Windows, like the sub menus get really weird. Like if you take something from what is your start menu bar, that you know, versus like if you go in there and type sound versus going over to the sound menu that's on the right side at the
Yep.
bottom,
System tray.
they're two
Oh.
different menus that do literally the same thing. But why do they have such a different presentation? You know,
Maybe to
um,
screw with us. I don't know.
yeah, exactly. Like, why
Just
is
fun.
that two different programs? Is
I don't
is
know.
is my point? You know?
I also remember Microsoft Sam.
Yes, that no, that is the classic meme voice. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
it is. Well, I mean, well, you probably already know this, being a tech geek like myself, but you can get like a copy of Windows XP and then you can add it to like Oracle. I forget what it's called,
Okay.
virtual machine,
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Virtual machine. Yeah.
and then you can just like play older games that way if you want it. Really, really wanted to. Some people
Yeah.
on YouTube actually do that.
Yeah. That's super cool that you can do stuff like that. Because, like, yeah, I don't think we think about it enough how like incompatible past things can be with our modern stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you know exactly what I'm getting ready to say. There's so many PC games out there you want to catch up on because you were too young and now you got the time and the energy and the capabilities. And it's like, now I don't have an older computer, but wait, there's a workaround which I already explained. And then next thing you know, you have like 300 PC games you got to catch up on the next 20 plus years.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Like back in the '90s, for instance, there were a lot of Beavis and Butthead PC games that never made it to a console version.
Yeah,
Like I think there was I mean, they're mostly point and click games, but it's Beavis and Butthead, so that's the exception.
yeah,
Which I think tonight they're coming back with a new season. I think
yeah. I heard. Yeah, I heard that. I just saw that earlier. That's interesting.
I saw that in my Facebook feed. I was like, huh, I got Paramount Plus. I'll have to check that out in the morning because I love Beavis and Butthead. I loved it when they came back in 2011 and they were making fun of all the MTV reality shows like Jersey Shore and My True Life.
Yeah.
In
Oh yeah.
fact, a friend of mine was they made fun of a friend of mine
Mhm.
because he has a foot fetish, and Beavis and Butthead made fun of him.
That's incredible.
He's going to be on the show
Who would
too
have thought?
eventually. We're going to talk
Yeah.
about not just that, but it's like he wants to be on here and do live streams and stuff. It's like, oh, we'll do whatever you want, dude.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So,
Um.
fun fact: he's also a death metal lead singer.
Oh,
He
excellent.
growls.
You
Ooh.
know. I don't
He's
know how
really
people can
good.
do that. That hurts everything so
I
much when
used
I
to be able to a long
really.
time ago, but I had my tonsils removed
Okay.
because I had
Yes.
sleep apnea.
Same here, actually.
Really?
So I had really, really bad sleep apnea. Like I would stop breathing like 90 times per hour, and I had a CPAP machine and all this stuff. And then I had huge ass tonsils, like huge, and I got them removed, and then it just stopped.
For you,
Given that they had to like remake some of my throat and stuff like that, it wasn't as clean as you would think.
right?
uh but because my tonsils were so big.
Oh my god!
But yeah, it solved it somehow. I don't do it anymore. Yeah.
So you don't wear the mask anymore?
No, I don't need a CPAP machine anymore. I even went into
Congratulations!
a sleep clinic multiple times and they're like, yeah, you don't need it. And I was like, sure. I just
You're
gave
one of
it to someone.
one of the lucky ones. Then I'm happy for you.
Yeah, that is very rare. I know.
Yes, it
Even
is.
the doctor was like, yes, this is insane. I was like, Yes, I know.
Because I'm still on a CPAP, but I need 10 hours of sleep a night despite not drinking caffeine and taking better care of myself as far as food goes.
Well,
Um,
that's the frustrating part with the CPAP machines. You know what I mean? Is like, but at least like you know that you need that because
yes.
probably before I knew I had sleep apnea, I didn't realize I never knew what a good night's sleep was. You know what I mean? Until after I'm like, holy shit, that's what being rested is like. Oh my god, you know?
That and the lack of caffeine, you'd be surprised. I mean, I understand you're drinking caffeine now just to keep up with your son. I get that 100%. But you sound
Yeah,
like you know exactly what you're doing anyway.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
seriously, I'm glad you don't have to wear a CPAP anymore. I'm very happy for you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, and once again, I do know how rare that is, but yeah, it's like,
Look, I know you don't take it for granted. You don't have to
yeah,
worry about that.
yeah,
It's like usually I'm smiling, happy go lucky, but when it comes to stuff like this, it's like I'm dead serious.
yeah, exactly.
Because if I don't wear mine, I can't sleep at all. I don't
Mm,
get any REM sleep. I'm
mm.
tossing and turning, trying to sleep.
Yeah,
I have to have my mask.
yeah. Well, that makes sense because like for those people who don't know, like with sleep apnea, like your brain is jolting you awake. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's like trying to interrupt your sleep to make sure you're still breathing and stuff.
It's like your brain's trying to tell you there's something wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So you can never really get this deep sleep. Um, yeah.
But you
So
know what? For someone who wears a CPAP, I really wish that the masks were created for nerds like us, particularly a Darth Vader mask.
that would be so cool, or any sort of cool like fighter pilot mask, or just I don't know.
What about Mandalorian?
There you go.
What do you
Perfect.
think?
Yeah, I would wear that.
What about? Well, I mean, the possibilities are endless now that you think about it.
Yeah.
But
Um,
who's going to make them? And if someone does make them, going to make a fortune.
yeah, actually, because like that's a mark. Like no one makes cool CPAP machines at all. They're very like to the point and like uncomfortable. And there's
Well,
only so many
only in the
companies that
beginning
make
they
them.
are.
Yeah.
Only in the beginning.
Do you have? Oh yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. You totally get used to it. But do you have a nose pillow one, or do you have one that like straps over? Yeah. Okay, you got a
Almost.
strap over one. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it
No.
covers.
Yeah. The nose pillow ones, for those people who don't know, like they like sort of suck to your nose, and like your nose is still exposed, but they like vacuum up there,
Yep.
and that can be kind of uncomfortable sometimes.
I
Yeah.
think someone in my family uses one of those and is able to. But then my problem, not to get too heavy with my health, is like I have a deviated septum, but surgery isn't needed. That my my doctor at the VA in Philly swears up and down. It's like I'm telling you, if you take these meds and this nasal spray, you're going to feel so much better.
Mm.
Guess what? I haven't been taking them because I have a nasal cleanser thing's like $100, but I haven't been buying the packets. So it's like uh, I've just been taking the allergy meds.
Yeah.
And that's on me. That's my fault.
Yeah, well, it's you only have so much willpower, you know what I mean, to do stuff, you
I
know.
mean, okay, so you want to talk about willpower? I cut caffeine out of my life in the
Yeah,
house, and which
yeah,
I'm at most of the time anyway. So it's like no caffeine, just water.
yeah,
Although I got like 12 cans of Pepsi I bought over the weekend for a friend of mine who was crashing here. Different story altogether. Uh, I'll drink caffeine when I'm out, but very socially. And the next for me is obviously alcohol because I'm trying to get that out of my system and join the sober club with you and Adam.
yeah.
I know I got your support. I'm not worried.
Okay,
Not worried at all. You told me yourself.
yeah,
You told me yourself. In private. It's like, yeah, man. You're sober. Adam's sober. Join us.
yeah.
We have free cookies.
Exactly. Plenty of cookies.
Plenty of cookies. Come to the dark side. We have cookies. Holy shit! This is definitely one of the most fun episodes I ever had, James. I really appreciate you being here.
Yeah, thank you much. I'm having a blast for sure.
Oh,
Yeah,
without question. I Do you mind terribly if I continue to text you in private after this?
sure.
Cool. I
That's
appreciate it.
Yeah, that's cool. During the days, I'm sometimes slow to respond, but like, yeah, I will hit you back for sure.
I know you have so far, and I trust you.
Yeah.
I'm just being polite and being polite and considerate. Just I'm treating you like a star, but I'm also treating you equally.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, no, no, I definitely feel that way.
Yes, I hope so, because
Yeah,
that's what I do. I make people look good.
yeah.
You watch
I
wrestling?
I used to when I was younger, but I don't watch it. All of my friends watch it. They like get together and watch it, and they go to like when stuff is in town.
Yep.
You know, they'll go to all of the events.
Especially Toronto.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like the opportunity to see stuff is big here, and they go to like smaller things.
I know
Um,
Toronto and Calgary are the two top two wrestling cities to go to.
well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm missing out. I feel at some point I will get back into it,
Well, the only
but
reason
like,
I ask is because I don't know if you understand wrestling terminology, but there's a term called putting the person over. It's like okay, say I'm wrestling you one
okay,
on one, you're gonna win. My job, so you're going over. My job is to get you over.
okay, got it. Okay,
So,
I like that.
and Ric Flair, which I'm sure you've heard the
Yeah,
name,
I know who Ric Flair
he
is.
explained in an interview a long time ago that if it's very important to put someone over because if you make that person look good, then you look good. It's a
Yeah,
reflection,
that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
and I've used that throughout my life as best as I can.
yeah. No, that's good. Like, yeah, well, the more everyone sort of like brings each other up, that makes everyone move up. You know what I mean? You know?
Succeed together. Why separate?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Get
Yeah,
to the top at the same time.
yeah,
I mean, I'm not here to compete. I'm just here because I want to be here, and I'm having the time of my life.
yeah. Same here. No,
I
I
mean,
fully agree with.
and I will say this though. For Rolf that
Mhm.
I will inevitably have my own video game review series, but it's gonna be nothing like his. I'm not gonna be going, oh, this case, no, nothing like that. It's just gonna be me, crazy geezer,
Yeah,
reviewing the game, and I'd expect that the two of us would have a crossover. But first, I have to interview him like I am with you here.
yeah.
Got to work my
That
way
yeah.
up to the top.
All that'll probably be coming sooner than later. You know what I mean? You're slowly going through Rex Viper members. So, you know.
Well, it's not planned, by the way. It was just done serendipitously.
Yeah,
I asked Adam. I asked who should I interview next. He recommended you. Perfect
nice.
choice. Then I
Yeah,
asked you who should I interview after you, and you said either
yeah,
Dino or Brad.
yeah.
Because I want to wait for both Harding and Rolf for the end because I know Harding just moved.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he's a
So
very
let him
busy man.
settle. Because
Yeah,
Nathan Barnett also moved. I gave him extra time.
yeah,
And it's like Rolf, I want to save for last because for obvious reasons.
yeah.
I, I'm,
Well, no
I,
question.
I don't want to feel like I go straight to Rolf to the top of the. No, I don't feel comfortable.
And also you're learning more background stuff, and also there's
Yes,
like a natural escalation to it. You know what I mean? Like,
and
yeah.
you're not taking that the wrong way. I hope.
No, no, no. I'm not taking that the wrong way at all. Trust
Thank
me.
God.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with. It's just more like. And you're talking earlier about just asking.
yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. Yeah.
So I'm going to post your episode tomorrow on a
Okay.
Thursday. It will be on the 4th of September.
Yeah.
And then I'll probably email Rolf and just say, "Here are the two episodes I interviewed with your bandmates, and see if you'd be interested down the road." Not anytime soon though. I'd say in about a couple months
Yeah.
because I want to interview my other friends too who want to come back,
Yeah.
and also you too if you're interested.
Yeah. For sure, I'd be down for coming back.
We'll just have
For
to figure
sure.
out what we're going to talk about first because right now it's
Yeah.
more like
Exactly.
us just saying hello.
Yeah. Let's leave it for time for things to happen, and then
Exactly.
so we have a fresh like take on all the new stuff, and also Alien Earth will probably be done by then or something, and we'll probably gush over that. You know what I mean?
I have a crazy idea, no pun intended to the name of my podcast and my name, but
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we're going to talk aliens, I'd like
Yeah.
to bring my friend Bobby on and have
Okay.
like a three-way conversation because you know what you're talking about, and Bobby knows more than I do, and it's crazy
Okay. Yeah. I'd be super down on that.
because he's telling me things. I'm like, you know this stuff. Because you think for so long you're the only one who does, and you're not bragging about it. You're just disappointed. It's like, man, there's no one to talk to about aliens.
I know. No, it is very rare. Like there are people who kind of know stuff generally, but like when you want to talk about like the minutia of stuff, or like you're talking about Alien 3, the different versions of it, and you could talk for hours about like probably production of Alien 3 because that's just an interesting story, as well. And like I don't know, yeah, it's hard to find people you can talk to about this stuff.
100%. And
Yeah.
and as you were talking, I was thinking of a wild comparison, although it's not the case. Like Tony from Hack the Movies does reviews, but then we're not doing a review. We're just having an honest discussion.
Yes, exactly.
I'm thinking to myself, it's like things happening naturally that I'm not even trying to direct or
Yeah.
navigate towards. It just happens.
Yeah.
It's crazy how life is, you know?
Oh yeah, trust me. Yeah, I have a saying, you never know what your life is going to be like 3 years from now. Like if I can't predict any of the stuff that's happened to me in the last like 3 years. My life just looks in one way shape or form like totally different, you know what I mean?
I forget. So, okay, you're from Toronto. The conventions I go to are obviously here in America and the states, particularly New Jersey, Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So, you just have to let me know in advance when I can let you know about a convention, and then you make the decision.
Okay.
Just more like a hey, here's what's happening. Just if you can make it great. If not, then there's always next time.
Okay. Sure.
Because I'd love to, because I would love Rex Viper to start playing at horror conventions because again, you're all horror fans. Why not be part of it?
Yeah, no, that like we just need the excuse. There needs to be like some sort of reason behind it that makes sense to the convention and makes sense there that it's just like, okay, this has to happen. You know what I mean?
I have one idea I shared with Adam last week. I'll repeat it to you.
Sure. Yeah.
So just it's a very loose idea. If it works out, it's yours. You can have it for free. I don't care. Monster Mash,
Mm,
the song,
yeah,
and there's a game for it. I
that's
think.
true. There. Yeah.
There you go.
Hmm.
Just a thought. Just a thought. And again, if it makes you $1,000,000, it's yours.
Yeah, like we have like thought about. I don't want to say too much, but like
No, 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 no.
like we have this whole document of ideas that we
Mm-hmm.
just sort of all put up,
Well,
what we're thinking about. And there has been a lot of like horror movie ideas. They just haven't came together. You know what I
I
mean?
understand.
Yeah.
Speaking of horror ideas, I want to talk to you about after this. Down the road, because I
Yeah.
have ideas for movies that because I'm working in movies as a PA, but I'm working my way up the ladder. Like I think sometime next month, I'm going to be co-starring in a film. It'll be my debut. I'll tell you more about that later.
Cool.
But that's not why I brought you here. It was just a fun fact. But um, I'll have ideas for horror movies too. I'll share with you. Just to get feedback from. Just to see
Yeah.
what you think as a horror fan. To see if it's worth committing to.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. Um, so before we go, I have a question about your channel.
Mhm.
You said you play uh music from video games, Castlevania.
Yes. Oh yeah. Castlevania. I have tons of Castlevania. They're actually some of my older videos, but like there's two
Doesn't matter.
sort of categories of my videos. There's like the music videos,
Uh huh.
and which is guitar and it's more like rock bass and stuff like that. Then I
Ooh,
have this whole other section where it's like more like lo-fi versions of things. So I have both, but I have usually every October, not this year, but
mhm.
usually I do a lo-fi album called Vampire Chiller. And
I get it. It's a playoff vampire killer, which is the original name from what was it Dracula's castle in
yeah,
Japan.
there you go. Yeah. Um so yeah, it's a play off that, and I usually do a Castlevania lo-fi album. Last year was actually Vampire Survivors, which because I thought that music is great and it doesn't get showcased a lot.
Really?
Um, but yeah, so that's something I usually do. So there's plenty of like Castlevania music out there.
On your channel specifically.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna have a great Halloween this year.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm a big Castlevania fan. I love the first game. Who doesn't? I mean, I like it, but say, I mean, even the angry video game nerd is like, "What the fuck? You like Castlevania too?" Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I tend to play that more often than the original, except for 4 on Super Nintendo. That's
Yeah.
that. Those are my 2 favorites of all time.
Yeah. So you're saying 4 is the one you don't like, or 4 is
No, no,
the
no, no. 2 and 4 are my
2 and 4?
2 favorites of all time.
Yeah.
The first one, I like it, but
Yeah.
it doesn't get my attention more than say the other 2 I mentioned, which is 2 and 4. 3,
Yeah.
unless I'm playing a Game Genie, I'm not playing Castlevania 3.
Yeah, 3 doesn't really, cuz like that is it is very hard, and it is kind of like that, like the 3 character thing doesn't do it for me, you know what I mean?
Well, what? Well, so I don't know. Well, I know you played this Castlevania Symphony of the Night,
Yes, I have.
and I'm pretty sure you cover the music on your channel.
Yes. Oh yes, for sure. You can't not do it.
I
That's
was so hoping you would say yes.
I have one of the vampire
Excuse me.
chillers. Like I have done the guitar cover, but also I have lo-fi of like most of the soundtrack to Symphony of the Night, because like once again those, like people usually do Dracula's Castle, uh but like the rest of the soundtrack does not get covered a lot. So I was like, all right, let's change that.
That's absolutely true, and the reason why I asked um, was to give me something to look forward to as far as Castlevania games. Now, so you personally, do you have a PlayStation 4?
I don't actually.
But did you ever play like the Castlevania re-release? They re-released Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood.
I no, I didn't, unfortunately.
I just been putting that on the shelf just because of time constraints, adulting. But
Yeah.
I heard, and I didn't even realize it until a few nights ago, that if you ever played the Saturn version or the Japanese version of Symphony of the Night, you can play as Maria.
Okay, cool. Interesting.
And I'm like, I didn't know that. And
Yeah.
and so supposedly the PS4 re-release, you can play as Maria. And I was like, well, I'll have to see that to believe it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, you will.
No, wait a
Have
minute. It
you
was
played?
Wolf that said it. That's who it was. That
Oh.
son of a bitch. He said, he's like, oh yeah, you can play as Maria on the PS4 version. I'm like, what? I've had it all this time. I didn't even know. I'm such an idiot.
Have you played Bloodstained?
I want to. It's on my wish list. I hear it's great.
It is fantastic. I was like, cause I live stream, and like the chat was telling me for eons play Bloodstained, and I was like, I don't want to get into something where I'm gonna be obsessed with it, you know. And finally, they did get me to play it, and I was like, all right, now I'm obsessed with this. Thanks, guys.
So you're obviously into horror movies. What about horror games? Like, are you into, well, other than Castlevania, are you into like Resident Evil or Silent Hill?
Yep. Yeah, Resident Evil. Currently on stream, I've been playing. Do you know My Friendly Neighborhood?
I think I've heard
So,
of that.
so it's sort of like horror Sesame Street, and I thought
What?
it was gonna be like a Five Nights at Freddy's Poppy Playtime type of thing, but it's
That's
not.
also a good series, by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. But you know, I just assumed with the popularity of those two games that it would be more like that. But no, it's more of a Resident Evil. It's like survival horror. Like you have a finite number of saves. There's not that much ammo
Right.
everywhere. And so yeah, instead of zombies, it's creepy Muppets.
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah. You should really try it out. Yeah.
Don't mind if I do. And it's like, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but in the next episode, we got to talk about Resident Evil.
Yes. Oh, for sure.
Because I don't know about you, and it's, once again, you were talking about earlier how important it is to talk about something that you have too much knowledge about, but not a lot of
Yeah.
people don't do,
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
when you finally meet people that do, you're like, oh my god, we got to record this.
Yeah.
We got to do the same for Resident Evil, and I got to ask my friend Bobby to see if he's interested because I think he said yes
Okay.
because
Sick.
he's in the Resident Evil. And Rolf, if you're listening, play Resident Evil. And if you want to, if you need a teacher, James can teach you. I can teach you. My friends can teach you. Don't be afraid to ask, man. Because he did, because he was bitching about the tank controls. I was like, you just don't know what you're doing.
it like makes sense once you get into it, like,
Exactly.
yeah, because like you're used to a certain amount of movement in games now, but like once you get used to that old tank movement, that's how the game is, and it's fun like that,
You don't even think about tank controls once you get used to it.
Yeah, exactly, and it adds tension to it, you know what I mean?
Especially the first game.
Yeah, because you have to be like,
And you also have
you
the and also zombies around the corner. Like, oh my god!
know. Exactly.
So let's make it official. We're in the spooky season, effective immediately. Although it's not
Yeah.
October and it's not fall yet. Let's have an episode next month. We'll talk Resident Evil
Sure. Yeah.
or
We'll,
anything you want.
yeah, we
Let's
can
do it
talk
now because this is just too much fun.
Resident Evil, Alien. We'll get in that zone. Yeah, we'll talk about horror stuff.
Absolutely. Well, horror
'Cause
games particularly,
horror
but
games.
I know what you mean.
I'm yeah, I'm big into the Halloween season. So like
Me
October
too.
1st, as soon as that happens, my whole lawn is done up, and so like I'm huge into the spooky season theme.
Take
So
pictures.
yes, oh, I definitely will. Well, in front of me in my office, there is this 8 foot tall piranha plant that I made. That's
Audrey
going to be
too.
going out on my front lawn, as soon as
Is it Audrey
October.
too?
It's similar. It's sort of a cross between an Audrey 2 and like a Mario piranha plant.
Come on, you cannot tell me anytime you play Super Mario Brothers you think of Audrey too. Like, feed me, Seymour, feed me. Come on,
Yeah, they're both very similar, but like, I don't know if you saw it, I'll send you a picture. It's like,
please.
yeah, it's like, yeah,
I could use some inspiration for Halloween season, and then
yeah.
in turn I could for my family Christmas is a big freaking deal, and I'll show you what I did for Christmas this year.
Oh,
I'm going to
sure, yeah,
triple
yeah.
down. Going to triple
I
down.
wish I wish I could get like I use up all of my energy during Halloween that I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm kind of tired for Christmas. Like I can't go as hard, you know what I mean? Like I still give it, but not as hard as I go for Halloween.
Because you're worn out. You worn yourself out too quick.
Yeah, because I'm like, someone else do the decorating, please. I'll help, but like,
You'll direct traffic.
yeah, exactly.
You poor guy. Oh my god. All right, so we're officially going to do an episode in October. That's going to be exciting, and we'll talk between now and then. Obviously, just for any reason whatsoever. This is just fun.
Yeah. Oh
We
yeah,
get to
for
talk
sure.
horror games. We can talk about me watching your channel and then getting feedback. And then you mentioned your Twitch. I'm going to want your Twitch username eventually, so I can watch your past streams, stuff like that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, you saying this episode's going to be coming out tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going to upload, edit. Yeah, I'm going to edit and upload tomorrow. Yes, because
Okay.
right now it's at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's almost my bedtime.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Yeah. But yeah. So my Twitch is twitch.tv/meme mansion, and I'm probably going to be streaming Silk Song tomorrow. So
Oh,
yeah.
dude, look, this is just an introduction. I just want to watch whatever you put out, and then
Okay.
if I have any ideas, I'll share them in private, and you just take them, do whatever you want. And if it makes you $1 billion, then great. You can have my ideas for free
Amazing.
because I don't do this for money. Ironically, I don't do this for money.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to do stuff for money. You know what I mean? Like, there's always that pressure when people are like, "Oh, well, you're doing something that you're good at, and it's popular and stuff." It's like, where's the money? And it's like, well, sometimes I just like to do stuff for myself. You know what I mean?
You know what? This, well, our respective channels as well as working in movies. I
Mm-hmm.
could do this for free and not even blink an eye.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
money, nothing.
Yeah.
That's why I have a full time job,
Yeah. Well, it's yeah.
just like you.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. It's up to you what you want it. What you want to do. But yeah, there's always that external pressure from people of they're like, oh yeah, well, do that for money, do that for money. It's like, well, there's a part of it that is special when I'm not doing it for money sometimes.
Well, one of my best friends is already. I was watching his homework live stream, and he's like, "Chris, we need a. I want to be on your show so I can start teaching you stuff." It's like, bring it.
Yeah.
because he was the one I was telling you about that was doing great with YouTube, and then all of a sudden he was getting demonetized severely.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah. Yeah.
man.
That's stress. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh, you have no idea, and that's why I was like, if I ever get popular, I'm going to help him get back on top.
Yeah. Hey, that sounds nice.
Well, I don't want to see anyone suffer.
Yeah. No, I sympathize with that.
Exactly. So anything else you want to add? Anything you want to say to the audience? Anything you want to plug, promote yourself with?
Let's see. We've talked about. Let's see. Me Mansion, Rex Viper, Epic Game Music. Um, but yeah, no, that's it. I would like but I would like to say I had a really good time tonight, and this was like a genuinely a good conversation. So like, yeah,
That's the whole idea, is for it to
yeah,
be just to be genuine and authentic, and see two guys, nerds, geeks, whatever you want to call it, like us, just having an awesome conversation about anything and everything. And
yeah,
like I said, anyone could be on the show, just don't be
yeah,
a dick.
exactly. Hey, easy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll text you tomorrow.
Okay.
For those who are watching the episode, if you really liked it, please like, share, subscribe. I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to provide the links for James's channels as well. Like, share, and comment on his. It for better or for worse, we'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll be fine. So,
Yeah.
James, thank you again for being on the show. It was an honor.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot. And last thing is, life is like a video game. Either you play it or you get played. Until then, take care.